The future of farming is continually evolving. Deep in Somerset, Rob and Jeremy are two neighbouring tenancy farmers who have been sustainably farming together for 25 years. We've spent the past year watching them work to future-proof their businesses for the next generation and the planet.
It's a way of life, and some of that is hard and some of that is glorious.
Today, they find out if applying their regenerative methods on new land has turned it around.
God, look at that. That is incredible.
They take a carbon audit to benchmark their progress.
We've reduced our emissions by 33%.
And they greenlight an unusual idea from tractorman Josh to cultivate woodland with pigs.
We're only trying with 2 at the moment. It's not been tried before.
But can new technology and responsible choices now attract and keep the next generation?
We are struggling for staff.
Jeremy and Rob are making sure they're fit for the future by farming smarter. It's 4 AM in Stratton-on-the-Foss, and tractorman Josh is setting off to spray the crops before it gets too hot. While farming isn't always rosy, today is a pretty good day. Rob and Jeremy need willing hands like Josh, Fred and Jamie to make sure the nation stays fed, and to one day take on this important work.
Morning, Josh.
Morning. Morning. You out of bed now?
I know. He woke me up at 5 and then he said, "Shall I phone Rob?" You won't get Rob up now. And then
I have my do not disturb on.
And even 6:30 was too early for him.
Yeah.
Arable farmer for you, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I had to get up and do paperwork.
Yeah.
How were the pigs this morning? Yeah, they were all right. Fattening up.
Plenty of water for them.
Yeah, plenty of water.
I think we'll all need to take account of that today. Plenty of sunscreen and plenty of, I expect you've got a fridge full of Red Bulls anyway.
Yep. Car full of them.
The changing climate, though, is no joke for farmers.
We can't do anything about the climate, so we have to do something about our business.
The regen journey we're on, it gives us a lot more flexibility and we can sort of adapt to the climate to a certain extent.
Yeah, looking forward to planting some wheat in here next year.
Yeah, and getting the combine out.
Yeah, coming this afternoon.
Carbon is an increasingly important part of the future as British farmers transition to net zero. Today, Rob and Jeremy are establishing a carbon baseline for their new land as part of a financial scheme that incentivises improved soil condition.
We'll be taking carbon basically from the atmosphere and putting it into the soil, which is obviously good for climate change.
So we're testing lots of the trace elements within the soil structure.
Also measuring organic matter, and that's the important one for the carbon, isn't it?
Yeah, and we can monitor the progress year 3, year 5, but it'll be very small increments to increase. It might be 0.1%. And then hopefully, we'll benefit from carbon credits in year 5.
This is one of the machines that we run. This particular vehicle is a Kubota RTV. We start at the GPS. The GPS is incredibly important for repeating sample points so that you can go back and see the journey of the soil. We then have the soil sampling unit. This is a Wintex unit which control depth samples. We then come round to the dashboard, and then we've got the label making machines. A label comes out with the GPS coordinates, the sample quality and the order. Hello chaps, Veli's finished here and he's off up onto the woods.
Brilliant. What would you expect to be finding out here?
I'd expect to find in good levels of nutrients. The farm's looking very healthy. Hopefully this will give you a real indication of what you've got within those soils and what the opportunities are.
What's the uptake like with soil carbon baseline?
Gathering momentum, and what we're finding within the west of Britain, the soils are broadly very, very healthy, and there's a huge opportunity to aggregate carbon, to inset into your business, to potentially build wealth, but more importantly, build resilience to climate change and opportunities going forward.
So we're looking forward to having the results back from Tom and Terra Farmer, but we've had Farm Carbon Toolkit look at our carbon emissions over the last couple of years. Pleased to say we've reduced our emissions by 33% in the last 12 months. We've actually got 118 tonnes of CO2 produced just from fertiliser, so there's opportunities of using more biostimulants. Our hedgerows sequester 120.35 tonnes of CO2, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah. Our figures are also on a downward trend, and over the last 12 months we've seen a real increase in our organic matters on this farm, particularly on the pastures where the sheep have been grazing. So it's interesting that even though livestock do produce emissions, they do help that soil organic matter to improve. We actually sequester over 1,000 tonnes of carbon a year. So we can cover you as well if you want.
Thank you, thank you.
While Jeremy and Rob are working on long-term environmental goals, one day they'll need someone else to take over.
There are a lot of youngsters coming through who hopefully can be encouraged to stay within the industry,
Yeah.
but it will be a challenge.
Don't get me wrong, we pay our guys well, but sometimes they look and think, I could work less hours and be getting more money.
So yeah, Josh is a member of our small team.
Jeremy and Rob gave me a job with no experience in farming, and then from everything they've taught me, I can take my own steps to try and do things that I have in my head, if you know what I mean.
Josh, bless him as well, is taking real pride in what he's doing. He really loves the work, although he seems to be on holiday more than us. And he's got a nice truck. What are we doing wrong? I think our hope is that we offer him enough that he feels like he's invested in this business as well.
Case in point, Josh has suggested cultivating some of Jeremy's woodland using pigs.
Jeremy and Rob, they loved the idea of it. They were very supportive of me and said, present the idea, get the numbers. It's not been tried before, so the aim would be you're basically rewilding the woodland all the way through. The weeds they like are actually the bad weeds. They've ripped up the soil and turned it all to proper dust. We're only trying with 2 at the moment, so you'll have a fair few more. Fence a big area, let them free roam it. In a year's time, you'd look at that side of the wood, see what it used to be like, and this side will be bright, colourful grass on the bottom, whereas at the moment it is just weeds and undergrowth. If you put the right seeds down, when the pigs come back into it, they should need half the amount of food. We were worried they'd get out here and be miserable in the woods, but as you can see, they are absolutely loving it in here. Yes, I know. Come on. I don't think I'd want to be a pig farmer full time. I enjoy my tractor driving and the air conditioning on a day like today, but it's nice to be able to have something of your own. If this works and we do make a profit and the wood does environmentally go up, then the landlord at Mel's, Mark, is very keen to give it a go there.
I don't think I've ever been here when it's been genuinely dry.
No.
Last time we brought you here to these fields, Somme and Willowbrook, it was really wet, and we brought Emma, the soil scientist, to have a look.
Oh, the soil was horrible. So we took on her advice.
We applied some farmyard manure.
And then we planted a bi-crop. It'd be interesting to see how the fields have transformed, hence this good old tool.
Just about here will do, isn't it?
That'll do. I'll tell you what, it's a little bit different to last time.
Yeah. Look at that, look at the roots in there.
So it actually smells like soil now as well. It's not there, obviously, but it's a lot better than what it was. Quite crumbly, actually, to the touch. The good thing is the root structures. So this is the exciting thing. Obviously, a bi-crop, what it does is the beans produce their own nitrogen through these nodules, so they then feed the wheat crop, and then that'll provide nitrogen for the next crop.
God, look at that. That is incredible.
Oh, look at the taproot on that. A few worms in there as well.
Look at my friend the earthworm.
Yeah, if you think, when we came, there was no worm activity.
It's an indicator that the whole ecosystem is beginning to build itself again.
There's no chemical input, so no plant food, no crop medicine.
We can tell that the soil's better.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
It's an exciting day, as after months of decision making, the farmer's new tracked combine is being delivered. Rob and Jeremy's long collaboration means they've gone halves on the upgrade.
Oh, here's our new toy, Robert.
Yes.
Well, we've obviously taken on some more land. We either had to invest in another second-hand one and keep the other one running on, or just have a higher capacity combine. So it's got all the extras that you can sort of think of. This is pretty future-proof for 10 years. Yeah, not really looking forward to the first direct debit going out, but...
Rob and Jeremy also recently joint invested in a smart fertiliser spreader that knows where and how much to apply.
Our long-term goal is to really cut back the amount of applied granules that we're using or applied liquids for fertiliser's sake.
Today though, Josh has paired it with a different tractor than it's used to.
That's an engine warning light. That's because I'm in a Massey.
The tech that's built into the actual machine not only has different drop zones for the fertiliser to land on the two discs that rotate, but also the speed of those discs alters at the same time. Why did we buy something with high tech? Rob loves tech.
Yeah, I do love tech. In fact, we didn't have an argument about this machine, did we?
Interestingly, actually we didn't, no. Most unusual.
Still hear you.
There was a bean crop here, but we made the decision in March that it wasn't a viable crop, so we took it out.
Well, actually, you did have one. I just picked up. That's the only one I found in the field.
Thank you. Made my money back.
Now, yeah, no, yeah.
So we decided to, because we've had this failure, let's try one of the alternatives we were thinking of, which is millet. It can be used as an alternative gluten-free flour, so it's got that premium available to it. Another advantage for us is it plants really late in May.
So trying crops like this, it future-proofs the business, it provides more resilience.
But some elements of the future, like policy or health, are outside of farmers' control and can affect everyone.
Over the last 9 months, the industry has been hammered hard. And I just wish that governments would actually respect our industry.
And I would say that the ones who don't do a good job are in the minority.
Absolutely, like any industry.
There's a big idea that farmers are rich and can afford to go skiing every year. I cannot disagree with that more. As an industry, we are struggling for staff. And it's hard. It is hard. No one wants to go into an industry which you don't get holiday, you don't get amazing pay.
But despite the hardships, Josh does see hope for the future.
I do strongly agree with the way Jeremy and Rob farm. The technology they put into their farm saves them time, money. When it doesn't play up, it's brilliant. I love this job. I'm part of a local young farmers group. There are people that attend that meeting. They'll stand up now and tell you that farming is the best industry to be in.
Sometimes that doesn't feel like going to work. There's a joy to it. So if you've got that joy, why not jump in and have a good time in this industry?
It's a way of life, isn't it? It's not necessarily a job. It's a way of life, and some of that is hard and some of that is glorious, and there's not much in between sometimes.
I know I've got these guys behind us if we ever need them. I think this was highlighted for me personally this year. Jeremy ended up in hospital, not very well at all, and Rob had his back.
What they're doing is a really important model for other farms, and I hope other people take it on, because I think it could help a lot of farms that are struggling around the country.
A lot of people look at the way that we're farming and say that you can't do it and make a good living out of it. And our opinion is that yes, you can.
Farming is just you're constantly learning. There's always new processes and ways of doing things. So, but I'm proud of what we have achieved.
Just have a look. Just have a look at that. Pretty proud. Cheers.
Cheers. That's the end of the series.
Yeah.
A year in the life of the Padfield and Addicotts.
Yep. Or the Addicotts and Padfields, as I like to call it.
All right. Out of the sort of 5 main topics we've covered, what would you say has been the most surprising for you?
It was the results that we had from when we did water testing. Just incredible.
I think for me it was actually today, seeing the results of taking the advice on board from the professionals and seeing those results with the bicrop.
Yeah.
We can never do enough, but I think we're on the right path.
And we got something decent to hand over to the next generation.
You'd hope so. Yeah. So, we both don't know whether our children are sort of going to take up the gauntlet and run with it, but that opportunity is there for them.
Yeah. Or for anyone else who's on the farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You two ready to do some work?
Working hard, Josh.
I'll let you know, we've had a very busy day, actually.
I've been in since 4.
And if you're going to insult us, we were actually just discussing whether we ought to increase your hourly rate, but...
I'm sure that's doable still, I'm sure. You two had a busy year filming, haven't you?
We have, yeah. It's been we were just reflecting on it, Josh.
Reflecting.
Well, we're not perfect, we're not professionals, we're just...
Definitely not that.
You're definitely not getting that increase now.
If you want to know more about the themes and projects covered in this series, get in touch through the details in the video description.